Yes, we're away in Week 16 on EA Sports. On the return, here's Anthony Gould. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Stop the run, can't stop the run, you can't stop the run, can't stop the run, you can't stop the run, can't stop the run, you can't stop.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's first and 10. Straight to the air is Richardson. Snared by the running back here. It's DJ Giddens. And he's out of bounds. Defenders get there to drive him out right near that 40-yard line. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs. Well, you love when you can go from first down to first down, Brock. It makes things easy for an offense, and it is the primary reason that he gets looks that he does.
Every touch he gets has a solid chance of working out just like that, and it's why many of these first quarter looks have his name all over them.
Here's Giddens. It's a solid block, and there brings him for 8. It's going to be second down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Handoff on second and short. And he'll be brought down after getting to the 47-yard line.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
Here's first and 10 from the 47. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. It's downfield. He's got it. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. Gain of 26 yards there. And that is good for an Indianapolis first down.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
And he manages to reach the 19 before he stopped. Only 2 yards, and it brings up second and 8.
On the tackle. A gain of 2 brings up second and 8 at the Titans' 19-yard line.
Gravity Lion.
Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Gets this one to Pierce. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. They'll take second down behind the sticks now after that holding call.
Ready.
From the shotgun, it's Richardson. Put some heat on this deep ball, left side. And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. Third down coming up.
Sets up a third
No, not
down.
surprising that his reputation preceded him here, Brock. They got double coverage on him to try and slow him down.
Yeah, that's what you get. When you're this good and you're this talented, you are going to get the attention, especially early in the game. Now, what kind of adjustments can he make offensively?
Complete out to the right side. And he's brought down after a short gain. Defenses are fine with surrendering that completion if it means making a stop short like they did and bringing a fourth down. Now this is picked up inside the 35. Space on the right. He's got room at the 20. And they scoop up the block and don't stop until they reach Bader.
Touchdown, Titans.
Well, shout out to the special teamers, Brock. They got somebody in free to block that kick, and things just got better from there as he took it all the way back.
These special teams coaches, they live in dark places, man, and they look for any vulnerability they can. A lot of times, you're a step slow, just a millisecond away. Not that time. It pays off in the biggest of ways.
That one splits the uprights. And the Titans will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Titans kicking team out there as they get lined up and kick this away. Here's Gould on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line.
Anthony Gould on the return. The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out.
Viking 18.
First down throw here from Richardson. He's got his man. That's Alec Pierce. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. After a good pickup, they've got second and 4.
Brings up second and 4 at the 32.
After the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
First down, and they go right back to it. Quite the turnaround these last 2 plays on. Nice gain on 1, and now they get him behind the line. That's a nice quick correction for this front block. Give up the big play, and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Here we go.
Another carry for him. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on second down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Cougar 19. Ready.
Richardson on third. Taking a deep shot here. Brought in inside the 20. It's an Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts reach pay dirt for the first time this game.
That's some good old-fashioned playground football. Even at the elementary school, find the fastest kid and let him run.
And the kick is good. And we're going to have some extra yardage added to the kickoff on the roughing call. Looks like they're going to happily turn this one down and let the play stand. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone. So no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball at the 35 to begin this drive. Good starting field position for the Titans. They've got it. First and 10. Coming out throwing. Here's Ward. Pass taken in by Marshall. And he'll get it up to the 44.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable. And it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
The first carry for the speedy Dylan Sampson. They stopped him just in time. He got back to the line, but denied the yard they needed. Third down coming up.
So often we talk about the individual having to move on to the next play. Well, that was a perfect picture of the collective. That defense staring down second and 1 rose to the occasion collectively.
Looking to throw on third and 1. And he's caught. It's the South Carolina rookie. And they're going to down him by contact as they've got enough for a new set of downs.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
All just a yard shy of midfield. First and 10. It's Sampson running out of the gun. Good defensive effort here. Drives him back across midfield onto their own side. Anytime you dial up a blitz and you catch them running the draw like that, Brock, the D coordinator, he's going to be patting himself on the back right there.
He is, and not only for the call, but the execution of his player as well. Because you call blitz, Kate, sometimes they can just run with their hair on fire. He had the awareness to stop that draw before it could get started.
And his gain is stopped on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. So we're through one as everyone tries to stay warm on what has been a very cold night. Both teams neck and neck so far. We'll take a brief pause and head back to Lucas Oil Stadium after this. We're ready to go with the second quarter, and it's Titans football. They've got third and 2 to start out. Here he is on third and short. That's caught for the first. And they make the stop, we're going to say, at about the 37-yard line. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets them a first down. New set of downs from the 37. Starting on the ground here with Sampson. And he's going to pay off this first down run with a nice pickup of 9.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Down. Craft all 80. Ready.
Defense showing blitz here. Ward escapes the punt, trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop it. And they come through the sack to bring around 3rd down.
Oftentimes, these early exchanges are just a feeling-out process for rushers and blockers. They can also set the tone for the battles the rest of the game, and that defender, you know, with an early win, he's feeling really good about himself.
Ward's going to throw here on 3rd. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Mike Still makes the play. And the Colts take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. Oh, man, I'm having to hold my partner back after this one. Captain Fundamental not happy that he didn't take the time to stop and get set before delivering that football. Got to think that that, in part, led to the turnover.
Yeah, Captain Fundamental because I couldn't run. Kind of like Tom Brady, right? He's the essence of it. He's the GOAT. Why? Because he sets his feet. He's so fundamentally sound. The chance of interception is so much higher when your fundamentals are no good.
It's okay, partner. It's going to be okay.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the 2nd level and beyond.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he's going to have this one down to the 28. Pick up 14 yards on that one. And it'll be 1st down Colts.
This offense is sending a message, winning the battle up front on consecutive snaps. There's got to be some urgency here defensively. You just can't keep getting walked backward this easily.
Back to the well again. And stop is made after 4 yards. It's 2nd down.
You know, Kate, it's plays like that. It's just kind of the meat and potatoes. Not going to make any highlight reel, but just the positive, efficient plays on the ground. You need to keep plays and drives alive.
1st down run, nabs him 5. Now 2nd and 5.
Let's go now.
It's a design run for Richardson. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Stopped by Cedric Gray.
It may not show up as much on the old stat sheet, just a short little QB run, but what that does, Kate, is so important. Keeps that defense honest, and in particular, those defense linemen, those cleats in the ground, they're not just coming after you in the pocket. Now they've got to think about you as a runner as well.
He's got it, complete to Downs. He has the Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
All set now for the kickoff. Ryland with the honors. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Good starting field position for the Titans. They've got it, 1st and 10.
Mustang 19. Ready?
Off the play fake, here's Ward. That one's complete to Chimere DK. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's good for a Tennessee 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Playing favorites with the fullback here. That one stopped right at the line for no gain. This is going to be 2nd down.
It's not very often, Kate, do you see a fullback stop before he could ever get started. They weren't moved an inch when he crashed in.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. On 3rd down, they'll go with Sampson. All right, they bought him a little room. That run good for 6 on 2nd down.
When you don't have great success on first down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune third down situation.
So it'll be 3rd and 4, but not just yet. Only 2 minutes to go in our first half. More Thursday night primetime football in just a moment. Here they go, getting set for 3rd and 4.
Ready.
From the gun, it's Ward. Gets him on the quick hitter. They'll have the first down and even more. Touchdown, Tennessee! The Titans earn the chance to tie it before halftime. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
That one right down the middle. And the Titans tie things up at 14. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. This one's going to bounce into the end zone and will end as a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
On the ready.
Colts file out into formation. Here comes 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Short pass brought in. And he hits him for a gain of 6. He's up to the 26.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Dumped off to his running back. And he crosses the sideline a yard or 2 beyond, looks like the 30. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs. New set of downs for him from the 31.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's able to power this forward, and they stop him after 2 yards. Now we get a timeout from the Colts. That's their first.
3-yard pickup.
As they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down.
At the 34-yard line.
Richardson back to throw. Taken in by Pierce. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Timeout Indianapolis. That's its second. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting the first.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Check. Buffalo 18.
To the air on this first down. Richardson. He's throwing deep to the left side. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Titans get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
I know he started the play as a defender. Gosh, he looked good, didn't he? Running the back. He looked like a receiver navigating on that return. The way he saw the field, he baited obstacles and he chewed up yardage in the open space. It'll make those offensive coaches and teammates proud. We've seen defensive players get touches on occasion. I think he just gave himself maybe a look on that side of the ball down the road.
Trying to get it to Harold Fanning Jr. with that one. So it'll be second down.
Okay, ready? Ready, go. Ready.
Shotgun snap now to Ward. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Mike Samuel makes the play. And the Colts take over on his 5th interception of the season.
Intercepted. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
So it's good field position for the Colts as they get set 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Not deterred by that kick. He's throwing again. He's going to try another deep one here. Now this is intercepted. That is back-to-back passes. And the Titans take over on his 5th interception of the season.
This is one of those moments, Kate, as a quarterback, when you're jogging off the field, I'm not even going to look at my defense. They gave me the ball, and all I did was give it right back to that other offense.
Offense showing trips outright as they get set for this 1st and 10.
Ready.
Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. Forced out to his right. Catch is made by Dylan Sampson. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. Now we get a timeout taken by the Titans. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short.
Get it. Go.
Out of the shotgun, it's Ward. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
And he gets it through the midfield stripe and onto the Colts side of the field. Tennessee calling its second timeout now. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Ward setting up to throw. That one is complete to Fannin. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48.
That's not a big completion on the stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
About set. This is 3rd and 5. To the air with Ward. Chased out to his right. Complete beyond the marker. And he fights his way down to the 35 before the defense can get him out. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And the Titans have a first.
Don't you feel sometimes, Kate, up here in the booth when we get to see things develop? We're playing the same guessing game the defenses are on those kind of plays. Is he planning on keeping it or just waiting for a throw to develop and get open? That time the QB did a terrific job finding that out. Just really nice execution on his part to convert there. For the kicker to pay off, really the execution of his teammates. He worked so much on situational opportunities those minutes before halftime, and they maximized it.
Here's Gould on the return. He's got a lane up past the 30. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. All set now for the kickoff. Ryland with the honors. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. Good starting field position for the Titans. They've got it. 1st and 10.
Check. Here we go. Check.
Give to Sampson here up the middle. And he powers ahead for about 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
So gain of 5 on that first down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on 2nd. A handoff here to Sampson. And he's tackled with a first down yardage.
Looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. Ward off the play fake. Finds the football outside. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush your pass. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
5 still to go here. This is 2nd down.
Ready? Buffalo 18.
Ward in the pistol. Finds him on the crossing route. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. And that is a Tennessee touchdown. The Titans throw the lead coming out of halftime. Now the PAT try coming up. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Titans make it a 10-point ball game. team out there as they get lined up and kick this away. Here's Gould on the return. Things going well so far. And he showed some nice bursts on that run back, didn't he? Getting them all the way out to their own 40.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. It's 16 yards on that play. And that is good for an Indianapolis first down. One play in, Brock, in this drive is already into enemy territory. On here with Giddens. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, two-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
And for somebody who's been kicked off like he has, Brock, you got to admire his determination to keep attacking these coverages.
Yeah, that is risk. Right into double coverage yet again. But this guy's got what I call a high belief factor in himself.
He has the burst over the middle. This does not get it. Looking short field, but the defender is there to force this 4th down.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works. They come up just an inch or two short for the first down.
A full quarter to go, but they feel like they got to make their move now. They aren't going for this.
Let's go. Ready, ready?
Now Richardson on 4th down. Throw caught by his running back. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you could depend on.
First down now, ball at the 33.
Come on, ready?
Richardson to throw again. Trying for the touchdown. And he takes this one in. Touchdown, Indianapolis. The Colts start the second half with some needed points.
A receiver this skilled, well, he's got every route in his back pocket, but sometimes simple is better. No complicated cuts, no double moves. You just go run right.
That one splits the uprights. And the Colts cut it to a field goal game. Ball is set up and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. Good starting field position for the Titans. They've got it. 1st and 10. Hand off to Sampson. Escapes the defender. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. 12 yards on that play and a good call, and that's him the first.
First down. A gain of 12. First down, Tennessee.
Sampson on the carry. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
That's a pretty good stop on first down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate, and that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Okay, ready?
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
Here we go. Set. Press roll 80. Let go.
3rd and long for him here. He almost threw another one. Back-to-back throws now that should have been picked off, Buckner. As he continues making risky decisions with the football. Here comes the Titans punting unit. They needed 3 punts out of him in last week's loss as he sends this away.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Indianapolis bringing the offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10.
Drop 50. Red. Cougar 19.
Working from the gun, it's Richardson. That's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down.
That's just simply one of those situations, Kate, where I think you and I got to tip our cap to the defense. Really took away everybody. There was no outlet, and only an incompletion could be had.
He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Stop is made, Oluwafemi Oladejo. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7.
And 7.
Here we go. Here we go. Night.
Throw here, 3rd down. That one nabbed by Warren. And he's going to be stopped right around the 37. The end result there, 15 yards and a first. We've set it down from 37.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
60 Eagles. 60.
Richardson on 1st and 10. And it is incomplete. Went big on the final play of our 3rd quarter. And nothing comes from it as we hit the break.
Ready up.
Ball stays at that 37. Here's 2nd and 10.
60 Maverick. 6. Let's go now.
Back to the air. It's Richardson. This one falls incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down.
Ready. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. Mustang 19. Ready.
Once more now. It's Richardson. He's going deep this time. He almost threw another one. Back-to-back throws now that should have been picked off, partner. As he continues making risky decisions with the football. The Colts ready for the punt. He punted 4 times last week in the win, and his first of this week is away. That's grabbed at the 10. And he'll scrape together what he can on the return. He gets it back to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Titans to the line now. 1st and 10.
Let's go.
They'll run. Here's Sampson. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
1st down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Go.
From the gun, it's Ward. Connecting on the slant. And he is persuaded to go out of bounds just as he gets this up past the 30-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good for a Tennessee 1st down.
Well, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
Motioning the tight end now. 1st and 10 here. Ward. Throw right side. Caught by Fannin. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
2nd and 6 coming up here.
Ready.
Ward setting the pass. On the screen, this is Sampson. And he's tackled for a 4th gain.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
60.
Again, Ward going to the air. Looking out wide as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable in an incomplete.
And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Colts file out into formation. Here comes first and 10. Now a give running right. Small gain there, maybe 3 if he's lucky to begin this drive.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
19 Lions. 2.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that sack may change the next play call as it sends them backwards ahead of third down.
We've learned how valuable sacks in a pass rush are in today's NFL. It's a bit surprising, isn't it, Kate, that that's their first sack of the game, but they found other ways to produce success on both sides of the ball, and they finally pick up a much-needed sack on that stat sheet.
Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
That's a throw at this level. With so much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. Got to be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return.
At the 47-yard line.
Here's first and 10 from the 47. Shotgun snap now to Ward. Headed out right. Marshall there to bring it in. And he's forced out of bounds after picking up about 7.
You know what I love about this? Never showing panic. When he leaves the pocket, look at his eyes. They continue to search downfield. They're never looking at the rush. They're finding the open man downfield before running out of real estate.
Well, he had to power through one tackle just to get back to the line that time. Well, we see the medical staff headed out there now. We're going to get a timeout as they handle an injured player. Not what you want to see so close to the end of the season.
Ready, ready.
Extra man in the secondary for the Colts now. Third down.
Ready.
They'll motion him out of the backfield. He's back to throw. They did it! He made the interception! And the Colts have some new life in the fourth.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
First and 10 from the 32.
Come 19. Come 19. Here we go. Shot. 19.
On the shotgun, it's Richardson. He throws a bullet down the left sideline. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on first down, but just couldn't make the connection.
Okay, this quarterback gets out of the pocket. Genuinely a coin toss whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
Running here with Giddens. Man, this is going backwards. The defense all over that draw, and they're going to lose yards. Third down coming up. Their dominance against this ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times do you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number 1 is?
Stop the run.
And they've been doing it.
Yet another interception, and that could be what does it. Buda Baker picks it off. And the Titans get it back after making their third first-half interception.
We're watching a defense not just generate turnovers, but really add to them. A return like that, think about it. That's 4 or 5 plays that you just saved your offense from as they try to make that interception, yet another one, count.
Signals, and looks like we've got a timeout before that first down play. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Got it off that interception, Brock. Let's see if they can pay that off with points. Here's first and goal. Back to work after throwing the pick. And he has the Tennessee touchdown. The Titans parlay the interception into points. They're out to try and tack on the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Titans make it a 10-point ball game.
31.
The Titans kicking team out there as they get lined up and kick this away. Here's Gould on the return. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30.
On the return, the Colts take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Okay, ready?
Starting out trips right here. First and 10.
Set it. Set go.
Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. He's got it deep downfield. And he will get this inside the 30.
That's good.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Ready?
Down a couple of scores, but still some time left and 3 timeouts as well. It's first and 10.
Go. Buffalo 18.
Shotgun snap now to Richardson. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And now they face second down. Well, even with the pick on that last drive, partner, he is showing no hesitation whatsoever.
Well, in order to play this game, Kate, at this level, you've got to be aggressive. You can't let a previous mistake really affect your next decision. I'll say this as well. In the NFL, you throw into coverage too many times, you need more interceptions.
And this one only manages the arm before coming to an end out of bounds. It's going to be third down.
Well, once a play breaks down, you're just looking for a running lane. Just a little bit of room, just a little bit of air in the pocket. He found one of those two, but the defense swarms towards him and denies him the other.
70 Ranger.
Now to throw. On the move, headed right. And he didn't get enough into that throw. That's low and incomplete, so they're going to be facing fourth down coming up.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit. Kate, you got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs. His make there, they had to have that one. And it really does set up a judgment call down on the field. This is where special teams coach and head coach are talking about game management. Got 3 timeouts left, so you really can write either script you want. Onside kick or send it deep.
Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. Good starting field position for the Titans. They've got it, first and 10. Back away, straight ahead. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there. Now we get a timeout from the Colts. That's their first. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down.
That's the kind of yardage it's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now second down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's second and 7. They're going to pass it here. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Timeout Indianapolis. That's it, second. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now. Third and just 2 to go.
Here we go.
Back to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And this one is over. The Titans get the first down. That should finish off this victory for them.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
18 Cardinal.
Oh, Gronk, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there.
Oh, that's a major missed opportunity right there. Coverage can breathe a little sigh of relief. They dodged a bullet. Time to adjust and get some extra help on the back end to take away those open shots downfield.
After the incompletion, they come up on second and 10. He'll look to throw it. Trying for the deep ball. And that should just about do it, folks. They take it in for the touchdown, and that should lock up this win. So that should be the one that does it, Brock. A big one late that puts them up here 2 scores.
What a complete performance overall. The clock where it is and where it stands right now, Kate, that should be the capper. And that is so satisfying as an offense to go up 2 scores.
The Titans kicking team out there as they get lined up and kick this away. Here's Gould on the return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out.
Let's go. 18, 70, Timberwolf.
First down throw here from Richardson. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Oh, Richardson fumbled it. And the Titans pick it up. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
You know, Kate, defenders today are top. Don't just go get the sack. Go get the sack and the fumble. It's become an art form. Making that strip sack and that play was a masterpiece.
So it's a win on the road for the Titans. And they take the first skirmish with their division rivals, with a chance at a sweep awaiting them later in the